Welcome back, everybody. Today we're going to be testing out the AR500 Armor steel plates, the steel inserts for body armor. Now, I've gotten a ton of requests for this. We're going to start out with the ammo that's been most requested, which is the M855 that you see here. The green tip stuff, a lot of folks have questions about that. So we're going to try to answer that question as well as a bunch of different ammo questions throughout the test and review here. But what we have downrange is we have a box set up so that way if there is spalling, because that's one of the things that people are very concerned with steel body armor, the box should show that. So we have a box that's brand new, not been shot yet, and should show the spall. And we have the plate down there. Everything's going to be shot at 25 yards, so that's where it is. And without further ado, let's get into it. We have a 16-inch barrel here in the M855 coming out of the head-down PV-13 rifle. So let's do it. Let's check it out. Just checking out the box, we had a little bit of spall come out up here on top, but both sides are clean. No spall there, but you can see that spall is about 5 to 6 inches in front of where the plate's actually sitting. So I'm not sure if you were wearing that on your chest that it would actually do anything. You'd probably never feel it because it'd be in front of your face. But anyway, let's check the plate out and see how it did. Here's where the round impacted the plate. You can see messed up the outer lining a little bit of damage there, but the plate itself is perfectly fine. Not even an indent on the back from the 855. So let's check out another round. Next up, we've got some 7.6 ammo. This is the stuff that was recently banned because apparently it's just too deadly. We're going to be shooting out of a 16-inch barrel here. This ammo is pretty fast, pretty hot stuff, so speed is the enemy of armor. So we'll see how this plate stands up to this stuff. Let's check. I was aiming for the top left portion, as I'm looking at it anyway, of the plate. You can see here we had a little bit of spall coming out, but again, that's still a good 5 to 6 inches from where the plate is, so it's all going forward, which is certainly a good thing. Let's check out the plate itself. So the round entered right here. You can see the lining came off a little bit. Not bad though. That's the spall that you probably see is actually probably that liner. That's my guess after looking at both of these hits, the way the stuff came out. So again, on the backside, no deformation, no penetration. It's holding up to the 7.6 just fine. Let's step it up a little bit. This time we're gonna see how the plate handles 308. We've got some PPU ammo in there. This is full metal jacket stuff. I believe it's 148 grain. And we got it coming out of the Savage Access rifle here. So let's check it out. No additional spalling at all out of the 308. So that may be having to do with where it actually hit on the plate being a little bit lower down and a little more centered. Let's check it out. Here's where the 308 hit, and you can see no penetration at all at the backside. We did have slight deformation here in the back because that 308 round obviously is going to be packing a lot of power, but the spalling, I don't see any at all. And it looks like the liner did its job keeping all that stuff in there. Time to drop the hammer on this one a little bit. We have some 7.62 by 5.4R. This is Bulgarian surplus bi-metal jacket. So it's got the steel jacket on there. Flying out of a 23-inch Vepr. So it's going to have plenty of velocity behind it and should be packing some serious power when it hits this plate. So let's see how it does. Well, we did have a little bit of additional spall just here on top, but looking at where it actually hit, being as it hit right here, I'm guessing that's actually the liner, because the liner is not in the box anymore. So very likely it's the liner that actually came up and went through the box. Maybe in slow-mo you guys could see that. You already saw the impact point and saw that there was no penetration at all. It did remove some of that liner. Again, guys, that's 7.62 by 5.4 out of a 23-inch barrel. It's moving. It's packing a good bit of power with it. So you can see on the back, slight deformation, actually probably about the same as the 308, just feeling them across. But it did knock a little bit of the lining out. Again, though, I mean, if you're wearing this, no doubt in my mind, you'd be alive and you'd be happy you had it on for sure. So it held up to all the rounds I planned on testing it in, but what I'm going to do now is test it under some multi-hit type scenarios. Obviously, that plate's already taken 4 hits. We're going to be running 7 and 6 into it, again, for 25 meters out of this 16-inch barrel. Put a few shots in there, see how it does. I tried to spread those out across the plate. Let's check it out. For the first time, we had minor spalling on the right side. That's because I put a few shots over on the right side with that ammo there. You can see no additional on the top, no additional spall on the bottom, even after multiple hits. So you certainly can't complain about that. Here's how the plate looks after all those rounds were just fired, just to kind of give you an overview again. And while we're close up here, that is the 5.56 round that we hit, 7 and 6 here. This was the 308. That was the 7.62 by 5.4R. Just a note on that, these plates aren't rated for that. These are level 3 plates, not rated for that round, but I figured we'd push it a little bit, and it did just fine. The other holes there are the 7 and 6 rounds that we just rapid fired on there. Now, looks like the PaxCon lining did pretty well, and for those of you guys that don't know, the PaxCon lining is actually a type of Line-X coating, just like the stuff you'd see on the back of your truck bed, and this one here does have the additional buildup, so it's pretty thick stuff and did an excellent job, as you'd expect it to do. The specific plate that we were testing out throughout the review today is the 10 by 12. You can see 12 inches long, 10 inches wide plate. This one here has the advanced shooter's cut here on the shoulders, so that way when you're firing a rifle from the shoulder pocket, you have space there and you don't have to put your buttstock up on the actual plate itself. And this one here is the curved one, as you can see as well. So that's the actual product that we're using here. As I mentioned earlier, they're level 3 plates, which is essentially rated to handle M80 NATO ball at velocities up to 2,700 feet per second, 2,780 I believe actually. The curvature there is the one I chose for the comfort, obviously, so when you're wearing that on your body, it's much more comfortable than just the flat one, but the flat one is available and it's actually priced a little bit less. So if you're looking to really save costs, you can go with the flat one and it'll still work just as well as this one. The 10 by 12 plate here is sort of their standard one, and it fits plate carriers that accept medium to large plates, which is what you guys saw me wearing at the beginning of this video. That was a large, and these plates fit in there just fine, as you guys saw. Here's a size large Sappy plate, just to kind of give you a little bit of a better reference, and we'll lay it on top and show you how that works. You can see there it is a little bit taller, and the Sappy, I'm not sure if it comes across, is a little bit wider as well in large. And the medium, it's going to be just a little bit smaller, so it's sort of in between. That said, they do have a bunch of different sizes as well, so if you want something a little bit smaller, for those of you guys that wear small plate carriers, they got it. If you want something larger, they have a larger model as well, but this sort of is the base model, if you will. They also offer side plates. This one here is a curved one, again rated for level 3, and this is a 6x8, but they offer 6x6 as well, and they also offer them in flat. I'd say through the testing so far, these plates have done extremely well. Stopped all the threats that we presented to it. Minimal spall, and one thing to keep in mind too is that with that spall, if you're wearing a quality Cordera type of chest rig, a lot of that's going to get stopped as well because it's a very durable material. So that'll stop some of it as well, the little that's getting out. So they did a good job there. They're priced well, obviously, as we talked about, but what are the downsides? The downside's going to be weight. This thing's relatively heavy. This plate here weighs 7.5 pounds. And if you look at like the current E-Savvy plates that our U.S. military is using, I believe a large one of those weighs 6.3 pounds. So you're definitely gaining some weight. I mean, you got roughly 2.5 pounds extra if you're wearing a front and back plate here made out of this steel. But the cost of those plates, those ceramic high-tech plates, if you will, are very expensive. I mean, they're hundreds of dollars more, sometimes even more than that, than what you're going to get here. The old expression of pounds equal pain is absolutely true. I've worn, obviously, body armor for weeks at a time without taking it off, and it starts to take a toll on you without question. That said, I'm guessing the majority of people out there who are looking at this product probably aren't going to wear it for extended periods of time. It's going to be during a home invasion when SH hits the fan, if you will, or S hits the fan. And they just have to grab it and go. So in those scenarios, I think it's an excellent bargain. And one of the big advantages too of steel over the ceramics is that it never deteriorates. So I've done reviews of other body armor here in the past, and I've always had to mention the deterioration period, which is still quite long. I'm not trying to say it like deteriorates in a week or anything. It's long. It's years. But eventually, the ratings will go down for it. But the steel, it's not gonna. It'll stop bullets just as well 100 years from now as it does today. So definitely a pro for it as well. I think that's about it. If you guys have any questions about this test, these plates, anything else to talk about here on the channel, you can always post below in the comments section as always. You can also post over at my Facebook page. But thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for subscribing, and I'll see you in the next video.